Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Dan-A-Plooza. I am your host, Dan the Man, and with me we have the very beautiful and talented Platinum Pussycat.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
So, so Platinum, do you go by Platinum?
I do. Platinum Pussycat's kind of a mouthful, so I go by Platinum. And, it's easy to remember when you have stark white hair. Platinum. It's very
Yeah.
easy.
Or Platinum PC
Yeah.
for abbreviation.
Or like Platty P. That's my...
Platty P. Platty P to the meow.
Right. I often do not use my burlesque initials because this is warning kids. When you pick out your burlesque name or your child's name or anything in general, think about the initials because you may end up with something like PP. So, just go by Platinum.
So how did your recent event go with the Candy Box revenue with the Little Shop of Horrors of Burlesque Parody?
Yeah, it was such a great show. So it was basically the intersection of musical theater nerd and burlesque. So it was burlesque in the truest sense of the form, the art of the tease, a little, this, but also dancing and acting and character driven. I was in the ensemble this time, so I got to really soak it all in and be a fan of my closest friends, right? Because when you're doing a solo or a duet, you're so focused on getting your piece right. And when you're in the ensemble, it's like, oh, there are 15 of us on stage. I know the choreography, I know the words, I'm great. And I can just sit back the rest of the show and like peek through and be like, they're doing so great. So, it's really fun to be a fan of your friends, right? To get to be their hype person. So it was great. And we had 4 sold out shows in a row. So I would say that was a smashing success for sure.
Yeah, so I'd say it's quite smashing indeed.
That's right. Oh, behave. No,
Behave.
that was a terrible impression on my part.
We get it, Dan. You like to do Austin Powers.
Phaser. When I was in college 8 million years ago, my first week of school, my roommate rented Austin Powers from Blockbuster. So that, if you're trying to triangulate my age there, that will tell you 100% of what you need to know. My college roommate rented it and then just wanted to watch it a lot and didn't return it. And so there was a short period of time where we could not answer the phone in our dorm room because it was Blockbuster calling to find their, they say stolen, we say exceptionally loved copy of Austin Powers International Navigation.
There's just a delay on the return. I don't expect years to be a big deal.
I'm sure we still owe them fines. I'm sure that may be why they went bankrupt. It's probably all.
Look, it's nowhere. It's just sitting on the television. It's a coaster now.
Right. It's NPD. It's under some books. We'll find it. It's fine. No, we were actually actively watching it every single day, which I don't know what this is about us, but if anyone out there is casting an Austin Powers burlesque show, I'm your girl because I probably know that movie back and forth.
We just talked to burlesque performer Mary Von Mercury, who loves Austin Powers. And for her, for me doing the impression, she had me do Austin Powers characters for that.
That's amazing.
Do you want to hear some? Because that's what she...
I would love to hear that. Yes, please. Sign me up for that.
All right, I'll go ahead and do a few, and I can tell you I have met Mini Me before he passed away.
Oh, Vern Troyer. Yeah, that's cool. Where did you meet him? At like a fan event or?
Yeah, at Steel City Con.
Yeah.
So yes, so he has a scooter. and he's coming along. He's got a Steelers jersey on, first of all, and he's driving up in the scooter, and his hand, my hand, his hand, and so it almost kind of felt like shaking, like kind of like a baby's hand, like very like a little bit soft,
Aww.
And so I didn't want to like crush it. So like I'm trying to shake the gentlest I can,
Yeah, like trying to be like, hello, friend. Yeah.
Yes, like hello. I didn't want to be like, and then he's got like a little cast on, and yeah, he's like doing the robot, sitting there looking at me.
This was a fan theory.
Yeah, this guy broke my arm.
What about? Oh my gosh.
I met him and Mindy Sterling.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I haven't met Seth Meyers yet, but that's on my list.
Yeah, from
Seth Green. Yeah.
Interactions I see at cons, he seems to be a very, very cool individual.
All right, are you ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Oh, crikey, you go ahead and you kicked me right below the belly button. All I know is I was great last night. You were crap. I've been on the diet, carbs are the enemy and everything, Oh, there's something here with the sumo. I think I left a present for you. It's there in my diaper,
Oh,
all right.
That's so I love that Mike Myers puts a lot of Scottish accents. So we were talking the other day about how I married an axe murderer. So I married an axe murderer, and his character's in there, and he's talking to his son who's got a giant head, and he's like, "Id, Bunce, no," and he's say it all the time, and I'm like, I don't know why all these decades later that is. I can't remember what I went to the grocery store for, but that I know. Like, why do brains work that way? But yes, I love his use of Scottish accents and all of his, because he's a Scottish heritage. But yeah.
Yeah, originally for the Shrek movie, Chris Farley was Chris Farley was supposed to do the voice, and then he passed away, so they had to redo like the movie and use Mike Myers.
Oh, that's interesting. I had no idea.
Yep.
I was talking about Shrek last night too. We were on the same wavelength, Dan.
I would love to see him just some of that video and see what the voice would have been like for Shrek.
Yeah, it would be fascinating if they released a clip, because it would be such cognizant dissonance, right? Because we've had Mike Myers as Shrek for so long that just to be like, wait, what? This is not. Wait, this is wrong. This is fake Shrek.
All right. Are you ready for another impression, Austin Powers? All right. Here we go. And go. Look, I don't understand what the problem is, Seth, okay? I killed the group, okay? And when we get Operation Preparation H, everything will go accordingly to plan. Look what happened to Mr. Bigglesworth. I'm sorry, Dr. Evil, we couldn't. I don't want to hear excuses. Lower the globe. The ransom is actually too small. 1 million is very easy. Oh, I'm sorry, $1 billion. $1
billion.
Dollars.
Awesome. Those are awesome. Very cool.
And all right.
So started with your podcast. How did you start it? I'm so fascinated by people who do.
Thank you for that. So I started in 2021, and I've been going ever since. This will be about my 253 episode.
Nice. This is a very number. Obviously, I'm going to go out and get a cake with 203 candles to celebrate my appearance.
But I used to do during COVID. I did a lot of virtuals because we couldn't go anywhere due to the virus. So I started watching burlesque shows. So I watched virtual burlesque shows, and it's interesting with those shows and like doing the chats and everything, and then like being on Zoom with like 20 other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was with Burlesque and Chill. I don't know if you're familiar with them. They're out in LA.
Yeah.
Miss Lady Legs runs that show. Um, so that was interesting. And then there was GalaxyCon, and then the chats. You could meet your favorite celebrity that they would have. They would have streams like every week, and you could pay a certain amount of time frame to talk to these celebrities and get a recording of it. So I did that like 80 times for like 2 years. So I'm like, I should just do my own show, and should go from there. But like some of the first people I met were Christopher Daniel Barnes from The Little Mermaid, Prince
Oh,
Eric.
wow. That's neat.
And unfortunately, I couldn't see him. There was something in the connection. And so all I could hear was the voice, but the recording came out fine. But I'm just looking like at a black screen. So I'm like, can you do some Prince Eric voices since I can't see you? So I that it's you.
Just talk to me. Talk to me. Say some lines for me. Okay. That's awesome.
And I met Poison Ivy from Batman the Animated Series. I met Ponyboy from C. Thomas Howell from The Outsiders.
Cool. Very cool.
His dad still calls him Ponyboy. Like that's in his dad's phone. Like Ponyboy. Wow.
I'm special.
Oh yeah. I met who else was it? I met the people from Futurama. I met the guy who did the voice of Doug. And then I met some Power Rangers. I met a little bit of everybody. And I think the one girl that I met, and it was a long time, I met the girl who did the voice of Sarah from Land Before Time.
Oh, very cool. Wow, that's taking it way back. Yeah.
Yeah. And she told me for doing the show Land Before Time, she got the first Magnadoodle. Like I guess Steve Spielberg bought presents for the kids for doing the show, and she got a Magnadoodle.
Whoa, what a piece of toy history, right? Like, oh yeah, NBD. I had the first Magnadoodle.
Yes. And
what a childhood.
She also worked with Burt Reynolds. Like she did that, but like her mom's trying to pump how big of a star it was, and she's like, he just seems really nice.
I mean, when you're a kid actor, I guess that's all that matters.
Right? Yeah, like you don't really know like star power.
Right. Like, just be a jerk to me,
Yeah. So they would sometimes try to say like, okay, 1 minute left, 2 minutes left. They would try and cut the time off. And sometimes some guests would be like, I'm not done yet talking to Dan. So what would only supposed to be like 3 minutes turned to like 10 minutes,
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, that's how you know you're a great host. People want to keep talking to you.
Yep. I'm like, hold on. I got a whole bunch of more questions. I'm just writing stuff.
Making things up.
But I think another one was when I met the guy from Back to the Future. He's the singer that sings Earth Angel.
Mm-hmm.
And we sang Earth Angel over together on Zoom. So that was
some core memories, Dan. That's awesome.
Oh, I know. It's definitely a hoot. But I want to get back to you and your stuff. Beautiful. So let me go ahead and ask you some more questions. So what is your favorite burlesque prop?
I would have to say fans.
There you go.
fans are a really classic burlesque prop, right? When you think of the big, beautiful, feathery fans. But my type of burlesque, or what I lean to, I do classic and neo and all of that, but I lean towards comedy-lesque. So my first ever set of fans are a set of fans made out of diner menus. So instead of feathers, at the end of those beautiful prongs are these giant diner menus. And it's completely unexpected. The act is about a waitress who's kind of fed up and is like, let me find a sugar daddy to get me out of this diner. And so, she's just really half-assing it, doing her job. And then at the end, fans give you a great way to entice, but you do or do not have to show, right? Like you could be naked behind the fans. They don't know or they can't see, or you can do a slow reveal, right? Like you can slow close the fans or you can move the fans. So imagine the surprise on the audience when I go back to a table at the back of the stage and I come out, here are these giant fans, and each one of them has 5 diner menus, right? And they're printed in color and people are losing their minds. They're like, and so I ended up taking that act to Croatia to perform in the Crest Fringe Festival. So I actually flew those fans to Europe. Those poor things have taken quite a beating, but they've had more hot glue on them than any other project I've ever created. So yeah, that's kind of where I fell in love with fans. And I just kind of knew that there's a really, really talented fan maker, and she makes a lot of fans for a lot of famous burlesque dancers. And her name is Dan-A Touch. Hi, Dan-A Touch. And so I just got a pair of beautiful Dusty Rose Dan-A Touch, and they are what you think of, right? When you think of the Dita Von Teeses of the world, the very classic 1920s burlesque, the big fluffy fans. So I just got a set of those. They will not be quite as funny as my New Jersey diner menus, but I'm pretty sure they'll be great.
So. I think that's amazing. I'm glad that you've had a fantastic time with your fans. Yeah.
Those are my favorite kinds of jokes, actually.
Yep. So sometimes I let this. Do you have a question for me?
Yeah. So what is your favorite thing about burlesque, or what's your favorite burlesque act you've ever seen? Not to put you on the spot, because I know you have a lot of burlesque friends.
Yeah, it's interesting. I like what my friend Miss Juicy Jones did, because she did Madame Leota from Haunted Mansion. And she had like the head and then the table. And then she did it to the song Disturbia. So I really enjoyed the creativeness in that, and especially trying to move an object and dance and and everything.
With a bowl on your head.
Yes.
Wow. Big props to her. That's awesome.
There's that one. There's they did one time like a 90s show, and virtual, and someone was Helga Pataki from Hey Arnold, and she had like the football like monument statue, and so it's those that go back to that in childhood. But I've also seen some burlesque live before. We used to have a troupe down here before it closed down. This is before COVID. It just didn't do well,
Yeah, sure. Virtual killed a lot of art. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they did like a Valentine's Day show, and there was one dancer, and she had all these like red balloons. Like there must have been like 30 red balloons, and just the way of popping it differently and moving about the stage. I just love when there's so much creativity into that, and I always love the virtual shows. But I'm a fan of all shows. Like if you can add something really creative and pull that off, and when you have um, things to go that can happen, because with burlesque, it's just like with I've done theater before. You get one take,
Yep.
and whatever happens. If something happens with the glove, you keep rolling with it, So I always say that it takes a lot of courage too, because I've seen burlesque received very well, and then I've seen people in the audience sometimes where they don't know really how to respond,
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting, because there's so many different forms, right? And I'm with you. A clever, well-made prop or a really accurate prop, right? Like if you're going for a fandom piece and your prop is really accurate, that brings so much joy to the audience because they're like, "Oh, I know what that is," right? It's the seeing your nostalgia that someone put some hard work into. And I also love really creative costume reveals, right? Because anyone can, take a shirt off like that. All right.
Yeah.
But magic release pants and dresses that when you twirl, they turn into something else. Like, that so much creativity went into that reveal or that prop or just the making of it. Tentacles, I've seen tentacles that are cool, that kind of stuff. And just seeing people use the creative process in it is really rad because it does kind of pay homage to those people that love that, either that fandom or that song or that performer. I'm with you.
And I saw like a virtual, it was a Jurassic Park burlesque parody. So
So cool. So cool. I
and
think
it has,
my favorite act that I've ever done is a duet. I did it recently. We had a food themed show called Pop That Pastry, a play on Pop That Pasty.
yeah.
And I call her my soulmate. My best friend, Mount St. Helen, and I did a duet where we were bacon and eggs. And I was bacon, and my outer part of my costume was a dress. It was raw bacon. It was fully rhinestoned raw bacon. I had a sash on that said hardwood smoked. And then when you took it off, the bottom part of the costume was, gosh, I forget. It was 200 and something pieces of like maroon, dark brown felt bacon. So it looked like cooked bacon, and every piece of felt bacon had an individual fat strip, and it had rhinestones, all rhinestone encrusted. It was the heaviest costume I have ever made. The costume alone weighs over 10 pounds. Just the costume.
Wow.
None of the props, nothing else, just the costume. Not even the shoes, or it's just the costume. But just the reveal of, unwrapping the raw bacon, and here's all this sparkly, like, bacon, but it's felt,
Yeah.
and so the texture looks like bacon. It's so weird. And yeah, and so it's just like all the little nods, like, we have making props is really unique, right? You have to think, okay, we wanted to get in a frying pan. How do we make a human-sized frying pan? Well, we found a collapsible dog pool that happened to be like light gray on the outside, dark gray on the inside. So it looked like a frying pan. And so then we had to engineer a handle and make a giant stick of butter. And like, how do you make it look like butter? How do you make it have that shine so that it's not just flat yellow paper or,
Yeah.
So and at the end, wiping off sweat, but dabbing myself with a paper towel, how you've seen like your mom and grandma dab the bacon, right? To get off the excess fat. It was just, every time I think about it, I giggle. And every time we've performed it, I'm like, that was the best day ever, Just one of those things where it was hard and it took a long time to create, but it just made people laugh like crazy. And I'm like, that's why I do what I do. People laughing their faces off. So yeah.
Oh man, that was quite the sizzling review.
That's right. It's such we're meant to be bacon and eggs together.
I will do burlesque over here and over there. I will do burlesque anywhere.
No, seriously, please hire me. I will do burlesque everywhere.
So, yep. Do you have another question for me, or?
Yeah. So, what are some characters you'd love to see brought to life in burlesque?
You know, it's always interesting, but I'm always thinking of like Star Wars. You know, I've heard people have done Star Wars burlesque before, but if someone can pull off Lord Vader, you know.
I was gonna say I've been a Jawa.
Yeah.
I've performed at Dragon Con Burlesque for 1,000 people as a Jawa, but not as so close, but no cigar there. But yes, but Hydra Gold when I came through the audience, guys. Hydra Gold. They like to
go. I would like to see some horror. Definitely Ghostface. His scream's my favorite. Definitely. I also like X-Men, the animated series. Mm-hmm. So if someone could do Rogue or Storm from X-Men, I also like just other movies, even like Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Ghostbusters Burlesque. Yes, it's amazing. Yeah. So
someone could be like, Dana's not here, only Zool, and it could turn into some number.
So we did for Fringe in Atlanta, they do like a 5/5, and they take a movie and 5 different groups perform a chunk of the movie. And so we got picked the year they did Ghostbusters. And we did Ghostbusters, and it was fantastic. The pasties, out of this world. Yes, they were just amazing. They were ghosts. Let's just put it at that. And the suits, I have mine, and of course my name tag said platinum, and I still have it because I'm like, why would you get rid of that? You never know when you're going to need that.
Yeah. And then the last one I'm going to say, I don't know how this could ever be done, but if they could do Nightmare on Elm Street, the Dream Warriors.
Nice. I think if I could have a dream burlesque act, that would probably break so many people's brains, because it is the most unhinged idea ever, would be Howard the Duck. That movie perhaps caused me to need therapy. It was very. And to go back now, and I'm like, George Lucas, why did you do this to me? You're so cool. I said duck puppet. But I think Howard the Duck, and it would be so niche too, right? Because you'd have to be of a certain age or of a certain fandom to get it. But I think that it would only appeal to me, but I would love to see it. I would never do it because I think the costuming would be very intense, and you could use fans because feathers.
True.
So, guys, burlesque performers, I'm just putting it out there for you. Here's your free idea. And when you do it, let me know so I can fly to wherever you are and come see it.
And I will also say maybe like Pennywise.
Ooh, Pennywise would be great. Yeah.
She wants your boat, Georgie.
So many opportunities, right? Like song choices that would make it so good,
Yeah. Lots of it puns or something like that.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. Be like, Georgie went down the well. Oh, well.
Well, right. The intro alone would be amazing.
All right. Any last impressions you want to hear?
Could you do a Robert Stack Unsolved Mysteries for me, just to make my...
Yep. I will definitely do that for you. Just give me 1 second. All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Tonight on Unsolved Mysteries, we find out about what the bacon was really shaking, and we'll see how that frying pan was once there and is now a mystery. If you know any information about this thing, or maybe you know of a neighbor who knows this, please help us see if you can solve a mystery.
Solve a mystery of why someone would spend 35 hours in 1 week rhinestoning fake bacon. Yes. Yes. Very good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Is there anything else you would like to talk about or discuss?
Yeah. I would love to hear what, after your hiatus, what you plan to do with your podcast. What do you have, any themes coming up or special guests?
With my hiatus, I'm going to a couple of conventions. I'm going to Toon Fusion in Pittsburgh. I'm supposed to meet people from Chainsaw Man. That's like an animation cartoon. X-Men and Hazeman Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And then Marty Grabstein, who's Courage the dog from Courage. And then I'm supposed to go to Renaissance Festival in Pittsburgh.
Nice.
And then I'm supposed to go to Philly and Sleepy Hollow and all those places in a little bit, like a week. And then I'll come back, and then I have a Rocky Horror show to go to in early October, where the original Columbia will be there from Rocky Horror.
Oh, fantastic. Wow, you got a lot coming up.
Yep, I have that, and then I have a convention called Carlisle Comic-Con, where I'm supposed to meet some of the actors from Grease, and then the Living Dead weekend, where I'm supposed to meet the guy who was Tarman in Return of the Living Dead, and the 80s singer will be there as well, Susie Q. And
Hearts. That was one of my first.
Two of hearts, not together. Two of hearts.
Come on. That would be a great song for Burlesque if you were doing like a Frankenstein, like creating a creature that you were putting a heart in, and then you could dance as a duet. There you go. Another freebie, Burlesque World. This weirdo in my head, so there you go.
My other suggestion would be Chucky and Tiffany. Two hearts. And then they just stab.
That would be some great horror-esque right there. For sure.
Yeah. And then the guy who was Tarman, he was also the suit actor for the TV show Dinosaurs in Disney.
Oh, rad.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I'm supposed to go to a theme park, and then I'm supposed to do some other stuff. But in October, we're going to have a Halloween pinup panel.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. We're going to have a Halloween wrestling panel, and then we're going to have the Gorgeous Girls who do like horror modeling. So we're going to have 3 Halloween panels. And then I'll have like 4 guests in like November, because I'm supposed to go see ABBA, a tribute ABBA band in November, and I'm supposed to go meet Napoleon Dynamite in November. Do they have large talons?
Gina? Yeah. Very good. Yeah.
But I got
some September 13th. I have a show that's raising money for mental health awareness services for underserved communities. So that's what I'm doing. And then September 20th, I'm emceeing a show at my home studio. It's 1259 Burlesque show. And a little secret, the reason it's called 1259 Burlesque show is because our studio is at 1259 Metropolitan Avenue in Atlanta. So it's very easy to remember where you're going. So that's what my September looks like. And then in October, we have Something Wicked This Way strips happening at the studio, which is going to be our Halloween show. So that's what we've got going on. And then in November, we have a 2-night main stage show called Sports Bra, and it is sports themed burlesque. So we have not nailed down our lineup yet, but I'm pretty sure there's some hilarious sports ball stuff going to be happening there. So some sporty stripping happening. Yeah, so that's what the next little bit looks like for me. And then of course I create all my costumes and props. So for anything that I'm cast in where I'm doing an act, I create that. If I'm emceeing, typically, zhuzhing up a dress I already have or making a dress or something like that. So I try to create as much as I can.
Does anybody help you create? Like any of your friends or family help you create?
Well, my mom taught me how to sew when I was little. I'm pretty sure this is not what she thought I would do with those skills. But I'm really try to be active on Instagram, and I follow a lot of other burlesque performers, and I try to see how they create what, and it's a pretty rad giving community, and people will say, hey, I rhinestone this way, or I tried this way and it didn't work. So I'll try to watch videos like that. And then if I stumble upon something that makes something easier, I'll put it on. Or a lot of times I have people tell me like, oh, I have no idea how you do that. Like, oh, you must be trained or whatever. No, I teach myself. And so sometimes I'll post videos step by step. Like, this is me ripping out the stitches. This is me pinning a new zipper in, just to show people I'm just your average person. And I do it because it's cost effective, and it also helps kind of build the magic of the act for me. Like, I made this with my own hands. It's weird, but I did it, So.
Well, I think that's great that you're self-efficient and that you're able to make these costumes. And if I'm over in the Atlanta area, I'll lend you a hand and help you.
That would be great. Come on down. We'll put you in a VIP seat for sure. For sure. Make sure to know you're a VIP. Bunny Wigglebottom and I will make sure that you are the first one.
And then in February next year, we're going to have a burlesque like Valentine's panel.
Nice. Very cool.
So if you're interested in that, we can.
Yeah. Well, I will let you know what Valentine stuff I have, and then game on. I'll join you.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for here on Dan-A-Plooza. Everyone, thank you for tuning in. Make sure to follow Platinum Pussycat on her social medias at Hers and Performs on Instagram. And make sure to follow her on Facebook as well. I'm Dan the Man. This is Platinum Pussycat. Do you have anything else to say as we wrap it up?
No, thank you so much for the impressions, and thank you for your time. I had a great time.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. I'm going to be gone most of September. I will be back in October for the spooky season, and we'll have all kinds of panels and fun. Keep supporting Dan-A-Plooza, and have a good night.